Stealthy, silent and sneaky. Shooters claim this is how Boris Johnson and Zac Goldsmith are stalking hunting trophies from two different directions. They were trying to get the Animals Abroad Bill through the Westminster Parliament, which would have restricted the import of hunting trophies. This looks like it's on hold now. Shooters fear that Zac and Boris may be trying to get their ban through the back door.
Well, the government at the moment seem to be fixated on banning the import of trophies because they can't go to another country like Namibia, which has decided that the most effective way of managing its wild animals is to do it through licensed sport hunting, and they've demonstrated that it's absolutely successful. So they can't go out there in a neo-colonialist attitude and say, you will not do this anymore, because it's none of their business. The government of Namibia is in a much better position to decide whether or not this is good or not.
DEFRA has made changes to the rules on exporting trophies. Taxidermists say the government department made the rules without consultation, and it's an example of how politicians are playing fast and loose with their business. Tom Douglas and his father Sean have a taxidermy company in Wiltshire.
Export is now very difficult. Since we've left Europe, Brexit and everything, we cannot ship to Europe easily at all. So even any deer you hunt here, we have to get a vet check and license to get it to Europe. So at the moment, that is a real problem for us. It's all loopholes. So if you send just taxidermy that's not a trophy, you can send it with just a customs declaration, and if you're a business you need an EORI number, but legally if it was hunted it has to go through the vet check process. I guide hunting as well as the taxidermy, and we're losing our European clients. A lot of European clients aren't wanting to come and hunt and get the taxidermy done, so all round it's affecting the industry quite hard and will get worse, I think.
Veterinary certificates for what is essentially leather and horn seem extreme. Carol Gritt imported a zebra skin from her trip to Africa. She used it to cover an armchair.
I am worried about that, and I don't actually consider them as trophies. I think trophies is not a very good word, but when we shoot out there, we do it ethically, and it's for culling, and it's all about conservation and management. But it's nice to bring something back as a memento rather than a trophy of the experience that we've had over there. We're looking to do some more animals and actually even donate and harvest them for the orphanages or for any areas where they've got need of food. But I'd like to bring some of the skins back, but I'm not sure whether I can actually do that, and I don't really want to spend the money getting it all prepared properly, legally, and getting it imported if at the end of the day all of a sudden this ban comes in place and it doesn't come home.
Shooters say politicians are not listening to them. Fieldsports channel viewer Simon Smith from Worcester wrote to his MP Harriet Baldwin. He queried why the government wants to ban more than 7,000 species when since 1975 only 73 different breeds have been imported to the UK as hunting trophies. In a written reply, Zac Goldsmith admitted a blanket ban may not be the most appropriate approach. He said the UK doesn't want to put extra pressure on additional species. The letter doesn't fully explain why it's necessary to ban more than 7,000 species.
We've never had problems before, so I don't understand why all of a sudden it's all becoming an issue. And I think it's more about people don't understand what's behind it, why we actually shoot the animals and why we want to bring the skins back. We actually contacted one of our MPs and told them about our views about it, but we just got a standard response from them. And I even put in the letter, you know, we're bringing back skins that we're going to keep in the house. But how many people out there go on holidays and buy lots of souvenirs which actually ends up in the recycle or in the dumps because it's plastic or they're just of no use at all or they deteriorate. But where we've got something, it's something we'll keep for life.
The government's also accused of ignoring the African perspective. More than 100 leading scientists and community leaders signed an open letter to Boris Johnson, saying the proposed UK ban risks undermining the conservation of rhinos, elephants and other endangered wildlife. The letter says no alternative land use has yet been developed, which equally protects the wildlife and habitats found in these vital landscapes while also generating valuable revenues for local communities.
We need to be grown up about this, look at what works and what doesn't, look at the scientific evidence, understand that sovereign governments in their own countries know better how to manage their resources than we do here, and let them get on with it. And British sport hunters are contributing to conservation, not taking away from it.
James Moore is an auctioneer in Cumbria. He sells all kinds of hunting trophies. His latest is an antique snow leopard.
It will have an effect at some point, I'm sure. Hopefully they will not consider banning trophies full stop. That would be absolutely terrible for the business, and it would just drive these things underground. I think prices would still go up, and I think you would, you would just lose an awful lot of revenue for the government as well as for us with VAT and such like. And yeah, it would just ruin these things.
It looks like Boris and Zac are taking a two-pronged approach to the hatred of hunting trophies. They're trying to ban them through an act of Parliament. And if that doesn't work, they're trying to ban them by enforcing existing rules to the point where they're unworkable.